Checking our coolant level should be done on a monthly basis. This can be done when the engine is cold. We can inspect the overflow bottle. We can also remove the radiator cap. The radiator cap should never be removed when the engine is hot, as this cooling system is under high pressures, and if the cap is released, could be seriously burnt or scalded. Always let the car cool down before checking coolant. If we are noticing that the coolant level is going down to a degree, we can top up with distilled water if we do not know what coolant is on board. We never use different coolants. We never mix them. Always know what coolant. If we don't know, err on the side of caution and use distilled water only. If you have a large visual leak and you need to get it to a garage, distilled water is not necessary. Any water will be fine because it's going to require repairs and a full cooling system flush. If we find that we need to add more than 500 ml of fluid to our cooling system, this would indicate that we have an issue. We would not recommend that you drive your vehicle. We would have it towed to an auto service centre for further diagnosis and repair because we do not want to overheat our engine. We always recommend that you keep an eye on your coolant temp gauge. Some cars don't have temperature gauges, they just have an light and alarm. This will come on when the engine starts to overheat. If this light turns on or the audible alarm, it is imperative that we stop as soon and as safely as possible, as engine damage can occur within minutes. This vehicle now needs to be inspected before being driven again, as this means that your engine has overheated. There are little strips you can buy to measure coolant. They're litmus strips. You can get them from your automotive shops, and it'll measure your cooling system. You can dip them in, and it'll tell you the alkalinity and the acidity of your cooling system. So we always want it neutral, and we also always want about 40% glycol in our coolant. So you can buy them and you can test it from time to time, and then you know yourself, oh look, that's only sitting at 20% glycol, which is the component within the coolant. That's not enough. Or, gee, it's getting a bit acidic. I'm due for a coolant change. So then you can call the shots. You can go into the mechanic and say, I'm due for a coolant flush. Because you've tested it. You know why. They're not expensive. They just come in a tube. Some of these strips you can actually dual use. So you can use it for cooling system and you can use it for brake fluid. So again, you can say, oh, I'm due for a brake fluid flush. So you know you're not doing it prematurely and you know it hasn't been too long.
RAC, for the better.